welcome back
To
to the podcast.
keeping our buddy Mason in the loop.
Keeping our
That's
buddy
what we're doing
Mason in the
around here.
loop. Hopefully this audio sounds good. I don't think it will because Carson Carson decided to spring on. He's okay. Let me run you down what happened. So
First of all, welcome
Sunday.
back. Can we start with what happened to? Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. How is your day going? Before we jump right into complaining.
Welcome back. How's your day going? But right into the complaining. Basically, what happened was yesterday at the beginning of the day, I was like, "Hey Carson, what are you doing later?" He was like, gaming, whatever, busy." I was like, "Okay, sure, whatever, not a big deal." And then Carson was like, "You want a podcast Tuesday?" And I was like, "Oh, sweet, yeah, let's do it Tuesday, right?" And but he's working, so he gets off at like 4, right? And then so I'm just kind of hanging out, and then he gets home at 4:15, and is like, "Oh, hey, where's the podcast stuff? What's going on?" And I was like, "What do you mean? We're doing that tonight?" And he was like, "Oh, dude, I actually have a haircut appointment at 5:45, and then my dad's making steaks after that, so we're not gonna be able to do it any other time. So let's do it right now." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's great. Give me 20 minutes to figure out this whole setup," which hopefully it sounds good. That's my little rant on hopefully the audio sounds good, but I can't fully tell. I can only see the level from OBS, and we didn't get the monitor set up because I don't know how to do that yet because
Okay,
we
so
didn't have
now
enough.
now
I
I'm
didn't
gonna.
have enough time. So
Okay, well I'm just gonna take a moment to explain the situation from a different point of view. Um, our friend Mason, the guy that we're keeping in the loop, the whole point of this show, bought us these microphones.
that's true. Thank you, Mason.
In
Shouts out,
part
Mason.
because it was Logan's birthday.
It was my birthday Sunday, two
How do you
days
do
ago.
the? Okay, I thought I was gonna get a reaction from OBS. I didn't. So
No,
it was
dude.
Logan's birthday. We got new podcast stuff. We were like, hey, let's do a fun little podcast. I personally like the idea of keeping this podcast just light and breezy. We have a good time. We have a conversation. We keep our buddy in the loop. And so I was like, yeah, let's film a little episode Tuesday, mess around and do an episode Tuesday. Um, I was hard at work for 8 hours at my 8 hour shift while Logan sat at the house, watched Sam Solik and ate Panda Express.
Okay, I didn't.
Sorry, you had your
Oh,
moment.
dude,
Um,
no, we gotta get into it.
so Logan was eating Panda Express, eating Sam Solik, or eating Sam Solik. Sorry,
No,
watching Sam Solik while eating Panda Express. While I'm working for 8 hours, doesn't put any doesn't even open the box for the podcast equipment. Just couldn't get
dude.
him to care less about it. I get home, have a haircut, an hour and 45 minutes away. So I think, okay, we probably have enough time for a
No,
1 hour 45 minute podcast episode.
it was an hour and a half
Okay, so no,
because you got here
sorry,
4:15.
hour and a half away. So an hour and a half away. And then my dad invited me over to eat tomahawk steaks with him, and I thought, you know what? I would like to do tomahawk steaks with my dad. I don't think that's crazy to say.
That's not
Little
crazy.
did I know
That's not
that
crazy.
Logan, who supposedly has several years in the sound engineering game, is unable to set up two microphones in the soundboard. I didn't know that it was that
I
difficult.
did set it up because I think it's working.
Sorry, just give me a moment. Had I known that it was so difficult to do that stuff, I don't know audio equipment like Logan. Had I known how difficult it was, I would have planned differently.
Okay, that's crazy. So okay, here's what happened.
You already told them what
No,
happened, bro.
because you got home and I was mid eating. I was just eating Panda Express, right? Because I have been bulking.
Look, let's talk about that.
Well,
You're bulking.
okay, fine. We'll move on. So, I'm bulking now. This is what I've decided today. So today also amazing day. Like my classes got canceled, so I'm just hanging out.
Amazing.
So
So you had plenty of time to
Okay.
look into the podcasting equipment.
look, I was busy. I wasn't just hanging out. I was doing other stuff.
Because your classes got canceled, but it's whatever.
I, dude, let me freaking, dude. Okay, so I still have more stuff to do after this too, cause I got plans. I got some stuff to work on.
You made plans on the night we were supposed to podcast, bro?
No, I have work that I can do because you bailed on the night that we're supposed
Anyways,
to.
bro, you're bulking. Tell us about your bulk.
I'm bulking. Okay, so basically, woke up, just was like, oh, I got a free chicken mini from the Chick-fil-A, so I was like, okay, I'll go get that. Got that, had some breakfast, read the word. I'm having a great morning, and last night, I discovered Sam Sulek, which I've already seen him multiple times. But the reason why I started watching him is because Colin and Samir wrote in their newsletter a piece about him that was like, why is this guy growing so fast? Because in March he had 8,000 subscribers, and now he has 2.26 million.
Attaboy.
As we're recording this, and everything that I've seen on him, like there was like a video like 2 weeks ago that was like talking about him, and it was like he's out already at 1.9 million, which means in 2 weeks he's gotten 300,000 plus subscribers, which is just crazy. And so I was intrigued by that, and so I started watching his stuff, and so now I'm into Sam Sulek now, and he's basically this big dude, and he's like bulking, and I'm like, dude, I'm it's time for me to bulk now. I think it's time for me to bulk because I'm only like 170, maybe 175, probably 170, closer to that. And so I gotta start eating more. I gotta start working out. Um, and so I'm eating Panda Express, right? But dude, also I went to the store and to get Panda Express because I was watching that earlier, and I was like, okay, I need to go get milk anyways for stuff. And I got milk. I got chocolate milk. I got eggs. I got sausage, and I got some yogurt. So I got more things than I needed so that I can bulk. So I'm bulking now. This is me.
Now, it's hard to fault you because many of people have watched a YouTuber and they decided to go on a bulk. Still, I'm going to caution you from that path. Me and Logan talked about this a little bit, and then we decided to save it for the podcast.
Right.
And so, Mason, I'm just going to give you my personal opinions. One, I think there's nothing wrong with bulking. However, a lot of people, but bulking is a particular thing. It's very difficult to do right
Right.
because, and also for most people, it's not actually what you want to do. Okay, let me restart. Basically, a lot of people see a guy like Sam Solik eat a lot of food, work out a lot, jacked, and they're like, okay, for me to get jacked, I need to bulk. I need to eat a lot of food, and I need to work out a lot. Understandable train of thought. Um, there's a few reasons why this is finicky. One, because if you bulking, I think is an endeavor better suited for someone who's been working out consistently for a long time. Because what you're about to do is make your working out much less it's just not enjoyable. Bulking is not enjoyable. You are
Dude,
eating so much food. If
I
you're
love
bulking,
food though.
sorry, let me restart. If you're bulking right, it's not going to be enjoyable. If you're eating enough food that you're just full, then you're just eating the amount of food that your body generally wants. To bulk, you have to be eating so much food that you're really not hungry anymore and you're forcing yourself to eat. Um, and then you have all of these excess calories and you have to be working out enough, which is quite a bit, like more than most people work out, and even probably most people that regularly work out. Um, you have to be working out so much to offset all of these extra calories, and even then, you're still going to be gaining a lot of fat, which isn't a bad thing because then you have to cut. But then now you're in this bulking cutting cycle where to cut, you have to eat very little food. Your food sucks because you're eating like tuna. You're eating
I
just
will not eat tuna.
exactly. This is why I'm cautioning you because I know you. You're eating just high protein, low everything else foods. You're hungry all the time. And the biggest thing is bulking and cutting is just not the healthy rotation. You're never just at a healthy middle, which is why I don't think bulking is good for most people. I think bulking and cutting is uniquely suited for people that are bodybuilding that are trying to get so much muscle and then cut down to extreme low levels of body fat just to have a few days of this peak look that they can do on stage. Um, and so honestly, I think for you, Logan, and for most people, the smarter idea is to just do general like workout, eat high protein foods. Maybe a good goal is your body weight in pounds in grams of protein. Um, and for the vast majority of people, you're gonna gain muscle, you're gonna lose fat, and you'll just be healthier. Because I think another issue is a lot of people look at the number on the scale too much instead of what I think is the more important number is the body fat percentage, right? Because if you're, I'm just gonna use simple numbers. If you're 200 pounds and 20% body fat, right? Let's say you lose 50 pounds, um, and 80% of that is muscle. You're actually not in a better place than you were. You're just a skinny fat now. You're still the same. Your body looks the same. Your body composition is still the same. Whereas if you don't gain any weight, but you put on muscle and lose fat, or let's say you gain a couple pounds, but your net gain of muscle was like 7 pounds because you lost 5 pounds of fat. That's that looks incredible. Like you will see the results. It looks good, and it's I think probably a lot healthier for you. Your body's not having to do all of this. Yeah, so I personally think bulking and cutting is just not the move, especially not to start your fitness journey to just jump straight into a dirty bulk is I think potentially a misstep. However, if you feel confident that you want to do it, I'm not against it. That's just my opinion on the matter.
Right. And so okay, here's my revised statement. I'm light bulking because I'm not bulking to the I love food so much, and often for the past however so months, I just don't eat. I just don't let myself eat as much as I want. Right. And so now I think I'm starting to eat as much as I want and just enjoying it and working out with that as well. Because okay, the thing is, like I do
Like that was
all right.
puberty, buddy.
Yeah, that's not called puberty. I'm 20 now. All right. I'm 20 years old.
Voice
Ladies
crack says
if you love the
otherwise.
Lord, hit me up. And look, I
That's that.
what
Continue.
anyways, so I'm light
Morally
bulking.
gray at best.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I didn't hear you, so I'll have to figure that out and post then, I guess. Um I am light bulking because I'm gonna eat as much as I want, and it's so fun. And I love chocolate milk. That's gonna be a great thing for me to bulk with. And so the biggest thing, right, is staying and working out with this, right?
Right.
Because if I just start eating what I want and not working out and like not losing the fat, then that's the issue, or not gaining the muscle. But my goal is to continue watching Sam Sulek because whenever I watch him, I get motivated to go work out.
Sure. Yeah,
Right. And
absolutely.
so whenever I watch him, I get motivated. So I'm like, okay, let's go work out. And he has like he I think he posts like close to every day now, but he has like 200 something videos, um, in like 300 days, which is like crazy. Which is the stat that I read from whatever. Like it's like 260, so it's like almost daily. And so there's a lot of content for me to consume to get me motivated. So there's a lot of motivation, and uh, I think that's just kind of what I'm gonna do, and I think I'm gonna film that and do it with Mason, and send it to Mason, and try to do like a workout content thing where we just kind of keep each other accountable and work out. Because we already talked about this, Mason, but I'm just keeping you updated on the current thing. Is I'm gonna be bulking and working out. That is what I'm gonna be doing because right now I'm only like 170, and I wanna get maybe like 180, 190 maybe. So not
Okay.
heavy, but I wanna get some poundage and I wanna get some muscle because I wanna bench more than Ian,
Let me
my
just
little
throw
brother.
this. Let me just throw this out there. Do you want to? What if you gain that weight, 20 pounds, but your body composition is the same? Are you okay with that?
In my body composition, what do you mean?
So,
Like if I look the same?
no, like you gain equal, like whatever your body fat percentage is right now. Let's say it's 15%
Right,
of the muscle you gain. Probably because based on what you're saying about your current eating habits, you'll actually be a higher body fat percentage than you are right now.
right.
Um, and are you fine with that?
I'm.
Also, are you fine with probably feeling worse?
I don't think I'll feel worse. Is the
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
I think it's possible, but I think for you, it makes sense to feel worse. But also, since I can't like run or anything on my knee, like I think if I was super like playing basketball all the time, then it would be different. But I can't do it as much as I want because of my knee, and so I feel like I would rather be bigger since I can't
Sure. Sure.
whatever. But I think I would rather have my body fat percentage be up if I can bench more than Ian too,
That's
because
fair.
I wanna be
What's Ian
stronger than Ian.
benching?
I don't know, but he can do it more than me for
What are you
sure.
benching?
I haven't benched in a while, but I've been doing push like a ton of push-ups. But last time I did it was like 160,
Okay.
and his was around like 180 maybe ish.
Okay.
So I want to be able to do more than Ian, and
There
so
you go.
that's kind of my goal by the end of the year. And
S-
also a reason that I'm doing bulking is because like Thanksgiving is coming up, and Christmas is coming up,
Good
and
time to be eating. Sure.
right,
Sure.
and it's like I don't want to be like dieting. I think I'm just gonna just embrace the eating and work out more and try to go heavy and try to get a
Okay.
little heavier. And then if I'm not liking it by the end of this Christmas and stuff, then I'll decide then.
That's
But
another thing I'll say is I would commit to this for longer than that. If you
right,
commit to the bulk, if you're gonna do the bulk, you have to give your body time to react and get into the rhythm of the bulk. And Um, Probably 4 weeks is a little bit too short. I would say 6 to 8 is a better metric. Don't
Right.
quote me on that. I don't actually. I have looked up the amount of weeks, but I don't remember what it was. And honestly, you might feel fine doing it. I don't know. I bulked seriously one time, and all I did was get to 200 pounds, which isn't anything crazy, but I was about 170 or 175 beforehand, and when I was and I so it was significant. I mean, it was 25 pounds in a few months, so I gained, which maybe I don't know what an effective bulk is like speed wise and how much weight you gain, but it felt like it felt effective.
Right.
Um, and all I remember is just feeling I just felt so slow. I felt sluggish. And I did not feel athletic at all. I just felt like slow and sluggish, which I personally don't like that feeling. I like to feel more on the athletic side from work. Like I want to leave my workout feeling more athletic,
Right.
not like super sluggish. I want to eat foods that make me feel more athletic, not um make me want to like power down for a nap for a few hours.
Right.
Um Again, that's like nothing against people that are that's just my person like for me cuz like Sam Sulek, I like Sam Sulek. I think he's hilarious.
I would
Um
never want to be as big as him. There's no way.
well, if I could be
Do
as
you
big
want to
as
be
him,
that big, dude?
how much does he weigh?
I don't know, but I'm watching from the start, and so right at the start he's like 230, and he's trying to go to 300.
He's shredded is all I know.
Right.
Which is I would be interested to see it would be cool to see what he feels like if I could get to that weight and feel athletic, that would be really cool.
Huh. I
But
don't think
again,
he
I will
feels
also
athletic.
say from an aesthetic standpoint, I don't think the bulk is necessarily the most aesthetic route
Right.
either.
And that's what I don't want to go over 200. I think.
Um, 200 is a tough mark to hit,
Right.
man.
I don't think I'll hit 200.
I got yeah. But
I
what
well,
I
I
will
was
say,
I was 200 though at one point, like
that's true.
years ago. But that was without me working out. That was just fat.
What I will
But
say can be a good move is if you do the bulk to 200, right? Let's just say you get there. Which so we were in similar positions. I was maybe 5 pounds, 10 pounds heavier than you are now, and then I bulked to 200. But then after my bulk, my weight has hovered closer to that 185. Like 185 would be very like I'm lightest at 185. I'm usually closer to
mm,
one above that. And so it felt like I gained some nice permanent weight, which I liked.
right.
Permanent weight, which I liked. Sorry, I stumbled on that a little bit. Um, so there's that perk, but again, it's grueling. It's expensive. And for me, I just didn't like how I felt, which like 98% of the workout to me is I want to feel good.
Right.
So it was I personally did not love it.
Right. That's well. Yeah. That's well. I'm not like heavy bulking,
Right, right,
but
right.
hopefully it'll be good. And I primarily I'm just gonna embrace the holidays.
Yeah,
Just
there you
gonna
go. You just
bulk.
gotta
You know.
embrace the holidays, of
Just
course.
gonna embrace the holidays. And even if I like today's like the 21st or something, so if I do to like the end of the Christmas, that's like and like start like January or something, like stop it. That's like 5 weeks,
That's 5 weeks,
5 to
yeah.
6. So like that is a good um thing, and I think I do want to try to be uh keep me accountable, Mason. Whoa, give me a thumbs up, why don't you? Just keep me accountable so that I don't just waste it and just go fat,
Of
because I don't
course,
want to
important,
I don't
important.
want to get fat, but I want to bench more than Ian. That's I want to do that so badly, but
I'm pretty
I
sure I
don't know.
bench more than all my brothers right now, so I don't have to worry about that. Tristan might bench more than me, but that's it. Uh, so
And he's
I don't
like
have to worry about that.
many years older than you though too.
Right? He is old, so.
Yeah. You got
My
anything
dad
else?
though, not anywhere close. My dad hit his max was 300 pounds.
Dude, your
And he
dad's jacked.
hit that at like 53 or so.
Gosh.
Um,
Years old. 53 years old.
right, 53 years old. So that's unfortunate. But on the upside, I have so much time to
Yeah.
get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got like 30 years to hit 300.
Right.
That's good.
All I have to do is add 10 pounds a day. Wait, year.
10 pounds a day.
I'd be freaking knocking it out if I did that.
Dude, that might even be just a smart goal. 10 pounds a year for like max. Like that would be a good just general rule of thumb. To try to get 10 pounds up a year.
On your max?
Yeah, a year? Like that's a light goal is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a very very light goal. Yeah.
right,
Because a lot of people are doing 5 or 10 pounds a month.
right. That's not. I meant like just for casual like.
Right.
That's a good like just I'm going 10 pounds a year because then in 3 years you're
30 pounds up.
right.
I'll be honest, my personal, I don't really push maxes at all in any of my lifts. So I don't.
That's against Sam Solik
That's really fine.
and
Again,
my dad. My dad also is jacked and he does not like that. I don't.
right.
He doesn't not like it, but he's taught me the progressive overload, the push till failure, and you've
Yeah.
told me the opposite.
You can push till failure. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just don't think it's like you were telling me about that one guy that said do one exercise all the way until failure, and then just that's all you have to do for that exercise.
That's what my dad taught me. Yeah, or
Yeah.
told me.
I don't know that I
Like in theory, that's what it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't necessarily know that I agree with that. But also there's different schools of thought. Like most of the information I get and agree with on working out is from Mind Pump.
Right.
And the reason is just because they're very science based and
Right.
very heavily promoting just sending good anabolic signals when you work out. So I like their approach to fitness a lot. But obviously there are other approaches. For me, what's been most effective is what they do. So
Right.
so I don't really train to failure often. But also like yeah, I mean I don't train to failure often. But my bench press had like when I was and I haven't full transparency, I haven't worked out in seriously in probably 3 or 4 months.
Really?
I mean,
You've
like
worked out before.
I mean, I've worked out, but I haven't done a schedule or a routine and like been pushing my weights at all for several
Oh
months.
yeah.
Probably for longer than that. But whenever my bench saw the most success was just whenever I didn't train to failure till all. I didn't train to failure at all. I was just I think I was doing 5 sets of 5, and my bench was I was at like 135, and I got all up to 5 sets of 5 at 185 very quickly. So I've always been a big fan of, you know, I've never done the train to failure thing.
What are you repping now with bench?
If I did it right now,
Yeah.
no idea. I haven't tried. But the last time I did bench press, I was doing 185 at 5 sets of 5.
When was that?
May maybe.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's been a while. What do you just use dumbbells then? Whenever you do it every now and then.
Yeah, I usually do dumbbells. One, because I'll be honest, we can get some hate for this, I'm sure, but I'm trying to grow my chest aesthetically, not necessarily in weight, just because I was talking to a couple my parents. My parents are pretty both very athletic, and I was just asking, if I had one, like, do I have any lagging body parts in their opinion? And they said that my chest was lagging. Comparatively, not that it was like super behind. So I focused on my chest a lot, and bench press is just not the most effective chest exercise to grow. And so I started doing dumbbells more because I felt like I could get more in my chest, and flies. So I switched to that a little bit.
Interesting.
But I really don't work out very much anymore.
Right.
Again, because I really only like working out for the athletic part of it. And so to me, it's like if I play a game of basketball, that's a great workout to me. It's better than being in the gym because I get everything I want out of working out. Also, I do have to run to my haircut.
Well, thanks for watching, Mason. Hope you are in the loop now with my bulking.
I'm sure we'll have another episode soon. This one was kind of short.
Yeah, this one was super short. What time do you think you'll be done with tomahawks?
No idea.
We'll figure it out in post. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll have one soon. Peace.
Love you guys. Just Mason and not anyone else watching.